Okay, we're gonna make Lazy Daisy cake because Kaylee says it's her favorite. This is a recipe that I got from my mom. She says that she got it from my dad's mom, my Grandma Farrow, and it was always one of my dad's favorites. I'd make it for his birthday or any other time. I put 1 cup sugar and 2 eggs, mix it together. I've always done this cake just by hand like this. I don't know. I don't think my grandma was fancy enough cook to have a fancy KitchenAid stand mixer, so I figure I'll do it the way she did it. And it's a fun cake to make. It's yummy. We like it. And it reminds me of my dad. So we always enjoy it. So there's the sugar and the eggs. And we add 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a little pinch of salt. And mix that up. And usually while I'm making this, I'm heating the milk and butter on the stove. But I did it ahead of time this time, so we have it all ready right in one spot. It gets kind of thick and chunky for a little bit here, but it all comes out in the end. Just want to get it incorporated. Okay. 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/2 cup of hot milk and 1 tablespoon of butter melted into the milk. See how the hot milk makes it all kind of smooth out. And a few lumps are okay. That's normal in cake. You don't need the batter to be super smooth. So now I take my 8-inch round pan. I like these silicone pans. They don't need a lot of spraying. They don't stick very much. Pour it all in. There we go. And now it's ready to go in a 325-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. So a few minutes before the cake, or the time is up on the cake, you want to make the topping. And I used the same pan that I used to heat the milk in. It was milk and butter, and milk and butter is in the topping, so works out good. So it's 1/3 cup of butter. Two-thirds cup of brown sugar. 1/2 cup of coconut. And you can leave the coconut out if you really, really don't like it, but yeah, that's how I've always done it. I like coconut, so it goes in. And 4 tablespoons of milk. So you just heat and stir this until the butter is completely melted, and it's all just a nice concoction to go on top of the hot cake. It'll take a couple minutes for this to melt. Okay, this is what the topping looks like when it's finished. You can see how it's just barely starting to bubble a little bit. You don't want it to really cook much. You just want it to melt and be heated through because it will caramelize on top of the cake. So now this is ready to go on top of the baked cake. Okay, so this is the cake. I baked it for 30 minutes in the 325 oven. Now, and I have the topping already. I like to take a skewer or toothpick, whatever I got around, and make a few holes so the topping can ooze down inside. The original recipe doesn't, or the recipe my mother gave me didn't say to do this, but I do it. So I guess, you know, we just all add our own little twists on our recipes. So now take the melted butter, milk, brown sugar, and coconut and pour it over the top here. Okay. Kind of try to spread around the, make sure, because it will kind of sink in the middle a little bit. The topping's heavy, but it still tastes good. Might not be the prettiest cake, but it is delicious. Try to make sure it gets down in all the little holes. Okay, so now I put it back in the oven for another like 5 to 10 minutes for the topping to caramelize.